me, sir," cried Smike. "Oh, that's all, is it?" said Squeers. "Yes, I'll flog you within an inch of your life and spare you that." laughed Mrs. Squeers. "That's a good 'un." "I was driven to do it," said Smike faintly, and casting another imploring look about him. "Driven to do it, were you?" said Squeers. "Oh, it wasn't your fault. It was mine, I suppose, eh?" "A nasty, ungrateful, pig-headed, brutish, obstinate, sneaking dog!" exclaimed Mrs. Squeers, taking Smike's head under her arm and administering a cuff at every epithet. "What does he mean by that?" "Stand aside, my dear," replied Squeers. "We'll try and find out." Mrs. Squeers, being out of breath with her exertions, complied. Squeers caught the boy firmly in his grip. One desperate cut had fallen on his body. He was wincing from the lash and uttering a scream of pain. It was raised again and again, about to fall, when Nicholas Nickelby, suddenly starting up, cried, "Stop!" in a voice that made the rafters ring. "Who cried stop?" said Squeers, turning savagely around. "I," said Nicholas, stepping forward. "This must not go on." "Must not go on?" cried Squeers, almost in a shriek. "No," thundered Nicholas. Aghast and stupefied by the boldness of the interference, Squeers released his hold of Smike and, falling back a pace or two, gazed upon Nicholas with looks that were positively frightful. "I say, must not," repeated Nicholas, nothing daunted. "Shall not. I will prevent it." "Sit down, beggar," screamed Squeers, almost beside himself with rage, and seizing Smike as he spoke. "Wretch," rejoined Nicholas fiercely, "touch him at your peril. I will not stand by and see it done. My blood is up, and I have the strength of 10 men such as you. Look to yourself, for by heaven I will not spare you if you drive me on." "Stand back!" cried Squeers, brandishing his weapon. "I have a long series of insults to avenge," said Nicholas, flushed with passion, "and my indignation is aggravated by the dastardly cruelties practised on helpless infancy in this foul den. Have a care, for if you do raise the devil within me, the consequences shall fall heavily upon your own head." He had scarcely spoken when Squeers, in a violent outbreak of wrath, and with a cry like the howl of a wild beast, spat upon him and struck him a blow across the face with his instrument of torture, which raised up a bar of livid flesh as it was inflicted. Smarting with the agony of the blow and concentrating into that one moment all his feelings of rage, scorn, and indignation, Nicholas sprang upon him, wrestled the weapon from his hand, and pinning him by the throat, beat the ruffian till he roared for mercy.